Welcome to One Healthy World. I'm the weight loss champion, Chuck Carroll, here in the U.S.
And I'm Dr. Gemma Newman, family physician over here in the UK.
Dr. Newman, these are my confessions. I will admit that I have dry skin, sometimes bone dry.
Yeah, I know there are so many patients of mine that have the same problems. It's really hard because when you have a problem on your skin, everybody can see it, right?
People are struggling with the blemishes, and I'm even sleeping with gloves on from time to time just to keep that moisture locked into my hands. So I am really excited to be able to explore this today. And we have a phenomenal dermatologist with us from New York City who's here to share her tips for a healthy glow.
Yes, she is. And of course, beauty comes from the inside out, but also beauty, thy name is Gemma.
And her name is Dr. Jessica Krant.
Thanks, Chuck and Gemma. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Jessica Krant, and I'm here with One Healthy World to talk about nutrition and skin health. I'm an MD with a master's degree in public health. I'm a board-certified dermatologist in New York City, and I'm also board-certified in lifestyle medicine. I mention all of this because I'm here to talk about the overlap between dermatology and lifestyle, and to tell everybody that it's really true. We build our healthy skin from within. And what's the best kept secret? The best kept secret is that the same lifestyle choices we make that give us healthy, clear skin, healthy hearts, and healthy brains are also the same lifestyle and food choices that are anti-aging. So if you feel like you'll be more motivated on a daily basis to take care of your skin and to look your best and look your youngest, feel good about it because you're also taking care of all of your other organs and your health overall when you do it. And that's really the fun trick about what I like to teach my patients. Let's talk about why it's so true that our diet affects our skin so much. First, we should go back to embryology and remember that we first develop as a ball of cells called a blastocyst. And this ball of cells turns into the shape of a donut, which is not to eat, but it's just to teach us that that shape of a donut called a torus is how our bodies are first developing. And the reason this is important is that that inner tube becomes our gut, and that outer layer of the donut ends up being our skin. And I just like to highlight that when I teach people to show that our gut and our skin are really very closely related cousins. And it's why what we eat is so related to our skin health. Let's talk about how the lifestyle pillars affect our skin, and just review that the lifestyle pillars are food as medicine, sleep, exercise, stress management, healthy relationships and healthy social networks, and minimizing toxins from our environment and toxins that we put in our body. Today, we're going to talk about food as medicine, nutrition, the first pillar. I myself am a whole food plant-based eater, and I do eat a 100% plant-based diet. I try to also recommend to my patients that they get as close to this as possible for all of the things that a whole food plant-based diet gives us, and because of all of the things that a whole food plant-based diet eliminates. And I just want to quickly review some of these things, and then we'll talk about a few common skin conditions. A whole food plant-based diet gives us the healthy rainbow, the brightly colored fruits and vegetables that are full of the antioxidants that fight DNA damage, and full of the phytonutrients that help us heal our cells, help us build collagen, and are anti-inflammatory. It also gives us fiber that helps keep our gut healthy, reduce and eliminate toxins and inflammatory molecules, and help our gut stay balanced so they are also in an anti-inflammatory state. And when we keep inflammation low, it not only reduces our inflammatory skin conditions, but it also reduces damage that inflammation causes to our skin, which ends up being aging. So if we reduce that, we reduce our aging. A whole food plant-based diet also eliminates many, and if not all, of the dietary triggers that cause inflammation, skin disease, and aging. And that includes red meat, a lot of dairy, and fried foods that are cooked at a high heat, which can actually break collagen fibers. It eliminates sugar processed carbohydrates, and junk food. And all of those things have been proven to cause inflammation that leads to aging that we call inflammaging. So the whole foods in the plant-based diet minimize all of those negative triggers. This especially shows up in acne in a very provable way when we eliminate and reduce dairy, including the hidden dairy whey protein that's in a lot of protein shakes. When we eliminate dairy, acne gets better. When we eliminate sugar, acne gets better. It's also true for rosacea. There are a lot of food triggers that can be individual for rosacea, but especially spicy foods and hot drinks are known to trigger rosacea. Psoriasis can be affected by dairy, it's affected by alcohol, and it can be affected by yeast. Eczema can be affected by known allergies, and especially if you even have a skin allergy, if you eat foods that also contain that allergen, it can break you out in eczema. So it's important to watch your diet when you really are sensitive to eczema as well. Finally, there are other autoimmune conditions that show up in the skin, like celiac disease has an associated rash, and hidradenitis suppurativa. These are also inflammatory skin conditions that are proven to be affected by diet. One little secret that everybody always wants to know is, how do we get enough collagen? How do we build collagen? And it's possible to do on a plant-based diet by eating a lot of protein that's plant-based, lentils, legumes, that's beans, peas, eating mushrooms, eating vitamin C, which is an important vitamin cofactor in building collagen, and a long list of whole food plants that help us make our own collagen. So you don't have to take collagen supplements.
Thank you so much, Dr. Krant, for teaching us a little bit more about how we can get healthy skin from the inside out. I also share tips like this with my patients at work because we have so many issues with our skin that can really affect our self-confidence. Acne, eczema, psoriasis, seborrheic dermatitis, you name it, it can cause a massive impact on the way we feel about how we communicate with other people. So one of the main tips I like to share, other than our diet, is also to make sure that you get a good sleep routine and you also incorporate other healthy lifestyle practices like making sure you move your body and prioritize real moisturization. As Chuck was sharing earlier, cotton gloves can be a great addition to your routine if you suffer from dry, chapped hands, and you can put that moisturizer on at night before you go to bed. Now, let's talk a little bit more about a patient's story, because Melissa Webster was really suffering with her skin and she was able to turn things around using her lifestyle. Welcome, Melissa. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hi, I'm Melissa Webster, health coach and holistic nutritionist. I teach women with hair loss how to thrive on a whole food plant-based diet to grow healthy hair, lose weight, and transform their health from the inside out. You can find me on YouTube and Instagram at Choosing My Health. And today I want to share how I healed my acne on a whole food plant-based diet. As early as I can remember, I had skin issues, cradle cap, psoriasis. For the most part, I could wear long sleeves to hide, the scaly patches on my arms. But when I became a teen, I quickly realized I couldn't hide the pimples on my face. I remember my first large pimple, y'all. It was pea-sized and angry. I literally felt like I had a red elephant on my face. I just wanted to hide, so I started popping them. This created physical scars that very subtly started to create emotional ones. And as much as I hoped then that I just, wake up one day with clear skin, I never did. And here's why. I ate a standard American diet, a sad diet, tons of meat, cheese, processed food, lots of juice, refined carbs. And though I didn't know it at the time, my skin issues were actually a manifestation of what I ate. And they caused several major things to happen. Two for sure that were at the root of my acne, and I'd say a lot of diseases: inflammation and constipation. And here's why. For one, the unhealthy foods activated inflammatory pathways through my largest organ of elimination, my skin. And on top of that, I couldn't go for days, y'all, and all that junk was just piling up inside of me, triggering inflammation, which led to crazy breakouts. And then I did something that made my acne worse. I went vegan. Okay, you're probably thinking, isn't veganism healthy? It can be, of course. But if you eat like I did, well, nah. See, though I was vegan, I ate the same things as my standard American diet, the SAD diet. The only difference was that I replaced the meat and the cheese with prepackaged, chemically processed, sodium-filled fake products, which in turn exacerbated my acne. So call it the standard American vegan diet, if you would. Eating this way caused my acne to reach an all-time high, and it eventually turned into cystic acne, acne's most advanced stage, as acne has 4 stages. And at this point, my skin was bleeding, and it was so painful, I could hardly, rest my face on my pillow. And I remember the sting. I remember trying to take my hair and hide the acne with my hair, and just nothing helped. Makeup, proactive, prescription medication, topical natural remedies. None of this healed my acne until I went whole food plant-based. I switched all my food to plants, fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, tubers, nuts, and seeds. I halted the refined carbs like the white bread, the breakfast cereals with the added sugar, and learned to love oats and quinoa, for example. I ditched the processed vegan meat and went all in with plant protein. I removed all refined sugar from my diet, white sugar, brown sugar, and used fruit like, dates to sweeten my food. Fried food had to go too, y'all. And within weeks, I could see a noticeable difference. I kept at it. And soon, instead of getting comments about how bad my skin was, I heard, "Melissa, you have nice skin." Something I had never heard my entire life. While my skin is still not perfect, I'm so grateful to God I have a testimony to share. If you're watching and you struggle with acne, never feel for a moment you're less than because of your skin. Your skin does not determine your value. You're beautiful, not because of how you look, but because of who you are. And hey, if I could heal, so can you.
Thank you, Melissa. I mean, it is hard for a lot of people to even imagine having to go to the lengths that she did to cover up her blemishes. And I will say also that it takes a great deal of bravery to speak so openly about her struggle. But you know what? She is absolutely glowing today. And she had some great tips too, talking about using dates instead of refined sugar and kicking refined carbs to the curb in favor of something like quinoa. Who would have thought that that's a thing? But it is. And ultimately, all of that gave her a reason to smile at the new face that she sees in the mirror. It is amazing to me how much all of this ties back to what it is that we put in our bodies, and it starts with the food that we're eating. Speaking of which, let's head to the kitchen now and our culinary correspondent, Anne Christine, who's going to help us take what we've learned and put it into practice.
Today, we're naturally reducing wrinkles by eating cookies. Hello friends, it's Anne from Veggie Magnifique, your go-to for holistic wellness and a healthy vegan lifestyle. So what am I talking about? Reducing wrinkles by eating cookies? Am I off my rocker? Nope. I'm rockin' and a-rollin' with scientific evidence that'll knock your socks off. Our superstar plant food today is almonds, so chew on this. According to recent studies, almonds have been proven to significantly reduce wrinkle severity. Now, I like to take data like this and run with it to the kitchen. So today we are making sesame almond cookies that are not only going to give you a healthy glow, but they're also packed with massive health benefits. Now, due to the fact that these cookies have a ton of almonds, sesame seeds, tahini, and flaxseed, these cookies are rich in calcium, iron, zinc, plant lignans, fiber, magnesium, phosphorus, healthy fats, vitamin E, etc. They're a veritable home run, so let's step up to the plate, shall we? For this recipe, you'll need a half cup tahini, 5 tablespoons maple syrup, a 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, 1 tablespoon ground flax seeds, 1 cup ground almonds, a pinch or 2 of salt, and then later, a bunch of sesame seeds to roll the cookies in before baking. So you're going to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, 355 Fahrenheit. Then you're going to grind your almonds and flax seeds if you haven't already. I already have. And then you're going to mix everything except your sesame seeds, of course, in a bowl. You're gonna roll the batter and then roll in the sesame seeds. Now coat every centimeter and then pop them on a baking sheet. Now comes the fun part. Smash them down with the bottom of a glass. It's so satisfying. The cookies don't really expand much, so you don't really need that much room in between the cookies. Now put the tray in the fridge for about 15 minutes while you clean up your dishes. That's what I do anyway. After 15 minutes of being in the fridge, put the cookie sheet filled with your scrumptious morsels into the oven and bake for 8-ish minutes, depending. The cookies will be a bit soft when you take them out, if you want them chewy. As they cool, they'll solidify. Unless you want crunchy biscuits. I'm not gonna judge, in which case, bake them for about 10 minutes, depending on your oven. Then you're going to let them cool a little bit. I know it's hard to wait, but they're better once they've set a bit. And then you're going to enjoy them with a cold cup of soy milk. Dunkaroonie for a dewy complexion, friends. So when someone tries to sell you a miracle wrinkle cream, you can say, no thanks, I've got my cookies.
And Christine never disappoints. Thank you so very much. And Dr. Newman, you know what we have learned today, and actually what we've pretty much known our entire life, is just somehow inherently, when you look your best, you feel your best. And that's something that we all want.
Yeah, it really does affect our self-confidence. And, you know, they say that the eyes are the windows to the soul. And if that's true, then I guess the skin is a bit like the bricks and mortar. It's so important for us to feel confident in our skin, which is why I think this episode in particular is going to really resonate with people.
Absolutely. The window to the soul. That was deep, Dr. Newman. I like that. You're getting philosophical on us here today.
I was feeling deep. I was feeling whimsical, but also I wanted to tell everybody that if they want to learn more about skin health, there is a whole chapter in my book, The Plant Power Doctor, where I share amazing tips for things like heart disease, immune health, hormone health, and of course, as we've discussed today, skin health, because there are so many ways in which our lifestyle can affect how our skin looks and feels.
And you know what we're going to do? We're going to put a link to your book as well as your latest one, Get Well, Stay Well. That'll be in the episode notes for everybody. So go ahead and click on that so you can pick up that chapter and really get that healthy skin from the inside out. It's so funny. You know, we talk about putting on all of these lotions and creams and moisturizers and anti-aging elixirs and this and that. But the fact of the matter is, what we have learned today is it really begins from the inside. And what it is that you eat. It all goes back to what you eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dr. Newman never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And another top tip is that it's important to use sun protection. It's incredible how much the sun can also affect our skin in terms of aging. But we need to get the right amount for vitamin D. So make sure that for healthy skin, you aim to get just the right amount of sun to avoid burning, and use sun protection when you feel that you might be getting a little bit too much.
Always a delicate balance for me. I'm so fair complected, as are you. You know, it doesn't take a whole lot of time to get out there and get that little red. So got to be a little bit careful with the sunscreen there. Definitely great tip, Dr. Newman. I got to tell you, you know, this season has been spectacular, and we still have one more episode to go. And I'm thrilled that our season finale is going to be on Fit After 50.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. We will be joined once again by Dr. Neil Bernard, who will dish the goss on what to eat to age in reverse. And we will hear from an 81-year-old young man by the name of Dr. Marty Wasserman, who swims for miles across the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland, just because he can.
Just because he can. Man, that's amazing. You know what? I want you to like this video and subscribe to us here on YouTube just because you can. And also because then you will never miss another episode of One Healthy World.